Hi everybody. Today we're gonna make a nice comfort soup. It's a pigeon pea soup with plantain balls and rice and vegan ham in it. I'm gonna start off with making the plantain balls, the dumplings, first for the soup. So that way they're done when I'm ready to put them into the soup to cook. I'm gonna start making the plantain balls. So here I have 2 green bananas. These are green bananas that just haven't turned into yellow eating bananas yet. And this is the plantain. Let's cut this up. Start by cutting up the plantain first. I don't think I have on my flash. No, I do. There we go. Okay, just move the knife between the peel and the banana. And then just run your finger inside the peel and against the plantain. Yes, and those the dogs. I'm just gonna cut them up because they're gonna go into the little food processor to blend up. And I'm just gonna peel the bananas now. And then you peel it the same way I just peeled the plantain. Okay. Peel the other one, be right back. Okay, so everything's cut up. The plantain, the 2 green bananas, and now I'm gonna put them in the food processor. My little mini one. And I'll start a little at a time. Like with anything else, we have to push this down, push the sides down. Because basically we're making this into like somewhat of a paste. We're going to turn it into, roll them into the balls. They should hold their shape very nicely. So, going to put the other ones, the rest of it in. And I'm just going to blend it up until it turns like into that nice thick, like a paste almost. I guess you could call it a paste. And as I go along blending, I'm going to have to stop and, push the sides down. Okay, so don't just go along the bottom to unstick what's on the bottom, so that way what's on the top could get blended up. Everything could get mixed up together. So. Okay, so these are sticking together, so it should hold together good for the ball. Should be kind of nice and compact. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this into the bowl. My dogs think I'm cutting up yuca. They love yuca. Go figure. They love root vegetables. They love their sweet potatoes, but most dogs do like sweet potatoes and their carrots and stuff. But these dogs go berserk when they think I'm cutting up yuca. Okay, so now I'm gonna season this up. Here I have a mixture of adobo and sazon. I'll leave the recipe for you in the description box. You can either make your own or you can buy adobo and sazon. So this is sazon and adobo mix that I made. And it has achoite. It makes for the color, the orange color. So I'll leave that link for you to the video that has this recipe. I didn't put any salt in it yet because I rather salt later on, so that way I know exactly how much salt I'm getting into the food. So I'm gonna let's see. There was about a tablespoon I put in there because we want these to be flavorful. Okay, and now here, that's my homemade sofrito. That I will leave a link for you as well. And I'm going to put in a tablespoon of that. And the salt, right now, the sea salt, I'm going to put in about a teaspoon. Okay. And now I'm just going to use my hands to mix this. It smells really good. Now remember, you have to blend this up until it's like mashed potatoes. Like, yeah, a thick mashed potato mix. When you're blending up the bananas, it should come to the consistency of a mashed potato, thick mashed potatoes. Okay. Let me taste it. It's good. It could use a little more salt, but that's okay because there's going to be salt in the soup too. And I mean, we really don't need all that salt, right? So what I'm going to do is, you can make these as big or just make your dumplings as large or small as you want them to be. Now, if you see that they're not forming and it's too soft, like it's still like really wet and you can't form a ball, you could add a little flour to it until it gets to that consistency, so that your way you can form the ball. Or you could just blend up another banana into it. So either way you want to do it. But this is good because this is going to hold up. When I put this in the soup, it's not going to fall apart. Okay, so I'm going to finish forming these, and then we'll come back and we'll start the soup. I'm going to put these in the refrigerator while the soup is being made. Also, I forgot to mention that these are going to expand when they start cooking. So I know I said make them as large or as small as you want. Don't make them too big. This size right here, like a medium-sized meatball. I guess it's a medium or small meatball size. It will be good because like I said, they expand when they cook. Okay, so I'm gonna start the soup by sauteing, and I didn't put any oil in here. I'm just gonna start sauteing some onions and peppers. That's 1 small onion and 1 small green pepper. I'm just gonna saute that for a little bit. Put it on low so it doesn't burn. We'll wait till it gets like a nice sweat and then the onions are somewhat transparent. Now here I have about a cup of soy chunks. They're already prepared. I soaked them, rinsed them, and I have them. I put a little liquid smoke and a tiny bit of salt and just let them sit for a while. And now I'm going to add it into the pot because this is going to be our ham. Okay. Okay. To give you guys a better shot of what's in the pot. I'm going to add just a teaspoon of the Better Than bullion. This is a vegan bullion. It's got a lot of salt in it. That's why I'm only using a teaspoon of it. I don't want them to be too salty. And if it needs a little more salt later on, I'll add it. So I'm just going to put in like a nice healthy teaspoon because I believe 1 teaspoon of this. In fact, I need my glasses. Let me put my glasses on. Okay, 1 teaspoon equals 1 cube of bullion. And we only need 1 cube, so I'll just get that all in there. Just mix this all up. And see how nice the pepper and the onions sauteed in their own, because they have a lot of water, so they sauteed. They didn't even need the oil. Okay, this is the mixture of the adobo and the sazon. And you know what? Since there's no salt in it and I want flavor, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that to this soup. I'm going to add 2 healthy tablespoons of my homemade sofrito. I'm going to add a can of tomato sauce. This is a can of pigeon peas, gandules, so a 12-ounce can. I've already rinsed and drained them. These are my Spanish green onions with pimentos. You can use whatever kind of green olives, Spanish green olives you like. I also rinse these and I squeeze them out. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But me, I prefer to rinse them and then squeeze out the water. So that's about a quarter cup. You can put in as much olives as you want. Actually, there's no limit on how many olives you want to put in. Here is a cup of rice, white rice. I've already washed it and drained it. Some people don't rinse it because they think they're washing away, they feel they're washing away the vitamins or the minerals, but I choose to rinse my rice. So you, if you want to rinse it, you can rinse it. If not, that's fine too. So I'm just going to mix that in there. And I'm going to get myself 5 cups of water. That's really good. And it doesn't need that much salt, but I'm going to add a little bit. About a teaspoon of salt. And that's it, no more. It's all up to you how salty you like your food. So when this comes to boil, I'm going to add in the plantain balls, the dumplings. And let those cook for about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so until they're cooked all the way through. So let's get this soup going to a boil. Also, to mention, this soup is a soup, but it's also kind of like a stew. So if you want it a little looser, more soup-like, feel free to add a little more water than just the 5 cups. Okay, so I have the flame on medium. I'm just going to let it cook on medium, and I'm going to cover it, and we'll come back and add we'll come back and add the plantain balls. Okay, so just gonna give it a stir. Okay, I'm gonna cover it back up and let it come to a boil, and then I'll add in the plantain balls. It's good. It doesn't need any salt or anything. You may want to taste it and see if it needs any extra seasoning. Okay. So I turned up the soup to medium high just now, and as you can see from the from the two green bananas and the one plantain, we got 7 of these little banana balls, plantain balls. What I like to do is first just put one in and see how it holds up before I put the rest in. Because if the rest doesn't, if that one don't hold up, then I'm just gonna have to, I'll mush all these up if I have to, and firm them up with an extra banana or possibly maybe a little flour. So it's better to be safe than sorry, because if you put all of them in, that's it. You can't do nothing about it. And it seems like it's holding up nicely. See? Nice, it's firm. I'm gonna put the rest in and let it continue cooking for about maybe 15 minutes. But I'm not just gonna go by 15 minutes. I'm actually gonna, check them to see if they're ready. Okay. That's all 7 of them. I was supposed to make this soup for you guys yesterday, but there was an issue with the water in the neighborhood, and they were outside doing something on the ground with the pipes, and they turned off everybody's water. So I'm gonna do this for you today, and it is really good. That's the soy chunk. Look at that. It's so tender too. Okay, so the soy chunks, all I did was soak them till they were soft, rinsed them, and squeezed out all that extra water that was in them. And I added a few drops of the liquid smoke with a little bit of salt, and just covered them up and let it sit until I was ready to start making the soup. And it paid off because you could really taste like that ham flavor in the soy chunks. So this is going on medium high, and we're just gonna let it cook. They don't take that long. This is a pretty fast soup to make, guys. Okay, they look like they're done. Yeah, it only takes a few minutes for these. Remember to stir, that way the rice doesn't stick to the bottom. But yeah. Now you see how you could tell in the middle they're not done yet. So what I would do is I would lower the heat and let them cook for a few more minutes. And it's okay if I have halves. Okay. And if you need to add a little extra water, that's fine. You could add a little extra water to loosen it up a little bit. So we're gonna put this on medium low so it could cook and the rice doesn't burn. And just gonna add a little bit of water. It's less than half a cup, just a little bit. Like I said, just to loosen it up. And see what I mean? It's a soup, but it's also kind of like a stew. It smells so good in here. Okay, so I left it cooking for an extra 5 minutes. I'm gonna serve the bowl. And you can see, like I said, it's a stew. If you can see beyond the smoke, it's a stew soup kind of thing going on here. And here is the plantain. And like I said, remember I said they were gonna they would expand in the soup, and here's the half that I cut before. So let's go try this. Okay, so here it is, guys. This is the pigeon pea soup with plantain balls. It's piping hot. There's rice in here. There's the vegan ham, which are the soy chunks. I'll leave a link for them where you could get them at. The olives and the pimentos and all those beautiful seasonings that are in here. You're not going to believe how good this is. And it's really, this is a comfort soup. It's really hot though, but it's good. You guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Try out the recipe. Let me know what you think. Please leave a comment and share. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notification. That way, whenever there's a new video up, you know when to tune in. Appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you so much.